Hi, welcome to Sagicor Bank's podcast, Impacting Jamaica, the Small Business Edition. Here, we'll be looking at both sides of small and medium enterprises, the ups and the downs. Our experts will offer advice on how to navigate the many challenges entrepreneurs will eventually face and offer tips to help them achieve success. Plus, we will also hear the inspirational stories of some of our SME clients. This is Impacting Jamaica, the Small Business Edition.
Hi, my name is Kira Walters, and I'm from the Jamaica Business Development Corporation. Today, I'll be talking to you about business formalization. We will begin to look at what is the regulatory and the legal framework. The basic thing that every business in this island of Jamaica needs to do in terms of legal work is to ensure that they are legally registered with the Companies Office of Jamaica. There is the Companies Act of Jamaica that stipulates that any business operating in the island needs to be registered. And when you do this, you have two options. There's the Business Name Registration Act, and then there's the Companies Act of Jamaica that you will be considering when choosing the type of registration that will suit you best. Now, most businesses may start off with the Business Name Act under that because it is simple and least cumbersome for them. Under the Business Name Act, you do not have any legal separation between the business and the entrepreneur operating the business. However, after you've started up your business, you may need to create this separation just to protect yourself and your interests. And that is when it's best to register under the Companies Act, where you create a limited liability company or some other form under the Companies Act. After you've done this, you are also going to need to know which other regulations may apply to your business sector. And you may even need to make some steps in this preparation before you register with the Companies Office, because they may ask you to prove that you have a license or a permit in the particular area that you're going into. For example, in some agricultural areas like fisheries, in the hotel industry, you may need a trade license. And so you need to just ensure that you do your research at the beginning to make sure that you have the right types of permits and licenses to go ahead with the business. Now we want to look at business best practices, and this is the other component of business formalization. So yes, you've taken care of the legal and regulatory side of things, but are you aware of the best practices in business that are going to allow you to have the most efficient, profitable and sustainable business? Planning, strategic and otherwise. You need to ensure that you have systems in place that allow you to plan for the business and to plan for its startup, plan for its growth. You also want to make sure that you have accountability measures in place. So having things that are going to allow you to have metrics to track and monitor your performance. You also want to ensure that as you grow, you have systems that allow you to move from this one man, as it usually is, one man operation, to being able to expand and hire persons. And you start this by first listing out, documenting the operational procedures and so on that will allow you to step back and become more of the owner manager, and then start to delegate things that you can, whether it is to staff or whether you're going to outsource. It helps you to identify those things. And you also want to make sure that you have research involved in whatever you're doing. Your decision making needs to always come from an informed place, and so doing external assessments of your industry, such as things that we learn in school, but we can do them in a simplified way. Looking at your external environment means what? Opportunities and threats that exist. And looking at your internal capacity as well. Talking about the strengths that you may have that you can leverage, and the things that you may not be so good at, and how it is that you can navigate and manage these things to make sure that you are not caught on the back foot should anything happen, and you can take advantage of opportunities when they come up. When you just start, for example, a nail salon, you want to start documenting the activities that you are doing as the one-man operator. And this is the beginning of you implementing best practice of documenting your procedures. And this is going to lead to you helping to build your team when time comes for you to expand. So you already have that blueprint that is going to guide them into what are the standards that your business needs to be operating at. Now, we also want to look at another little linchpin in this application of best practice, and that is the entrepreneurial mindset. Whatever habits the business starts with, those are the practices that it usually trends and goes on with as the business grows. And if you don't start with a formal approach where you're being guided by information that is objective and analytical in the beginning, it's going to be very difficult for you to start doing it midway when things are getting a little bit more expanded. So we recommend that all of the areas of best practice, you start them right away, because you can do them very simply at first, and as you grow they get a little bit more complicated, but it will be easier because you already have the baseline there. Now let me give you some additional reasons, some benefits as to why you should formalize your business. One, funding is always a major requirement for entrepreneurs, and when you have your business formalized, it gives you a much easier access to funding, whether it be through the traditional banking sector and financial sector, or through grants and donors and so on. It also gives confidence to the stakeholders that are external and even internal to your business. When you are formalized, if you're seeking to gain partnerships, if you're seeking to get customers, people want to know that you are a serious business operator. On the other side, there are consequences to not formalizing the business. For example, I mentioned the basic one at the beginning, which is registration. There are fines and charges that can be incurred if you are found to not be operating as a legitimately registered business. Also, statutory responsibilities come into play once you have a business. You want to ensure that you are keeping records, which is a business best practice, such that you can do accurate reporting to show whether or not you are to be paying taxes and how much. If you are not maintaining good records, you probably will not be able to do this and find yourself running into problems as well. So overall, there are benefits and there are penalties that come with you going the route of business formalization. So I encourage you to go along the right path and ensure that you leverage all of the advantages that you can get from doing this. And remember, the Jamaica Business Development Corporation is here to support you, our micro, small, and medium-sized enterprise operators. And if you need to get further help with anything along your business formalization, you can contact us at any one of our offices across the island. Google us, and you can also get assistance through the Sagicor Business Center, which is in Halfway Tree. So I hope this was helpful for you. It was so fun for me to be here to share this information, and I wish you all the best in your business.
Hi, my name is Baldwin Atkins, manager of Atkins Farm. The secret to success is hard work, dedication, and sacrifices, and then success will come. Atkins Farm is a chicken farm. We are talking about broiler chickens. Our target now is that we grow over 100,000 chickens each crop. We have 6 houses. The bigger houses contain at least 32,000 each, and the rest is 24,000 mash. I live off the farm, so when I come in, I make sure that everything is working all right. Feed line is okay, the chicken getting their right amount of water. Also, the atmosphere inside is paramount, so we have to make sure all of that for you to get good growth chickens. I'm raising chickens for over 17 years now. I started in 2002. I decided that I want to do something otherwise from the cane because all this land was cane land, so I decided to go into chicken. When we started those 2 houses, we could able to finance 2 more, and then eventually we get other loans to put up those 2 new ones. I have a wonderful relationship with Sagicor Bank, especially through Mr. Michael Sutherland and the rest of the team up in Maypen. I chose Sagicor Bank because when I went there first time and the response that I get, I said this is the way forward. When I was seeking that loan, they all go through with me right, left and center. So they do a wonderful job helping me getting that loan. We had those 4 houses, and with the 2 new ones where we get that loan from Sagicor, it could expand our business much, much further. So we are growing at least 150,000 chickens right now. So I'm really, really grateful for them for that wonderful support that they gave to me. Atkins Farm has always been helpful to many communities. I help basic school, I help primary schools, I help youth groups and so forth, so I always give back. When I look at my age, and when you look and see those young sets around you, you need to guide them and give them a lot of support. So I try to guide them, tell them to do, what not to do, and so forth. Going forward, I can depend on Sagicor Bank for any help that I need. At present, now we want to extend those houses, move from 400 to 500 feet, and also to put up this solar system that I am going to do right now. It helps to reduce your electricity bill. That's a lot of savings. In terms of the amount that you used to pay, and when you have that solar, it will reduce it significantly. Well, when I'm ready again, that Sagicor Bank is my bank, so they will have to look out for me soon and very soon.
Sagicor Bank decided to launch the Sagicor Bank Business Resource Center because we recognize that there's a gap in the market to help small businesses to perform much better. What's special about this Business Resource Center is that it's a partnership, the first of its kind in Jamaica, between the Jamaica Business Development Corporation and Sagicor Bank. We particularly chose the Jamaica Business Development Corporation to partner with because of their years of expertise in training small business owners. The Statutory Bank Business Resource Center caters to a wide cross-section of small businesses in industries such as manufacturing, creatives, dairy farmers, agriculture in general, and distribution, just to name a few. The Sagicor Bank Business Resource Center, its main focus is really the training of small business owners in areas such as marketing, business planning. We even look at your financials. We help you to source markets for your goods. We look at helping you in the areas of technology, which is really huge now given the pandemic. And last but not least, we provide small business financing.
I am David Foster, Managing Director of DIF Construction Management Limited. The Sagicor Bank Business Center means the world to DIF Construction Management team. When we needed a bank, they were there for us. I can remember the time the company was really at risk, and I was looking somewhere to turn for security, and that was Sagicor Bank. The relationship that Sagicor offered DIF, it has saved me personally from being in debt and now in a position where I can retain my staff and respond to many more opportunities. Sagicor has offered me a partnership that gives me such a surety that I can take on any project because I know I have financial backing. And today, the company is strong because of Sagicor being a stakeholder.
We're looking forward to partnering with you, so I invite all small business enterprises to come down to Sagicor Bank Resource Center. Sagicor Bank decided to put the Sagicor Bank Resource Center in Halfway Tree, certainly because of its centrality. Halfway Tree, in our view, is a hub, and there is easy access wherever you're coming from throughout this country. You may contact the Sagicor Business Resource Center through our WhatsApp or email address, and also you may call us through the Jamaica Business Development Corporation.